Hi, it's Heather and welcome to today's tutorial all on lizard pose or Utthan Pristhasana. So for lizard pose, I normally see this position entered through a downward facing dog, but I actually want to start with a way to enter it that might be a little bit more accessible and maybe a little bit easier, and then I'll review the downward facing dog version. So start at the top of your mat, feet hips distance apart. And then just take one step back. So I'm going to start by stepping my left leg back. Big step. Coming into the ball mound of the back foot, you're in a high lunge. From this high lunge, just bring the torso down, fingertips come to the mat. And then begin to heel toe this right foot out to the right side. So you'll notice as I was doing that, I brought my right arm, my right fingertips to the inside of the right leg. This is an active lizard, so keeping the knee lifted on fingertips. And as I was bringing my right foot out to the side, you'll see that it'll start to form a bit of a diagonal and angle out to the right side. That's okay. That just naturally happens as you're opening your hip out. And now if this is too hard to be on the fingertips here, you can totally take blocks, if you have them, and play with the heights. So you can bring it to the highest height to start and kind of bring the ground to you just to make it a little bit easier. And if you'd like to take it a little deeper, you can drop the knee and uncurl the toes. So still staying lifted at first. And then if you want, again, you can use the blocks here as well just to help you stay lifted if you want. Like so. And then if you want to even take it deeper, then you can begin to lower the forearms to the ground. Coming onto forearms, but still finding some lift in the shoulders so you're not collapsing into the floor. You can even bring palms together. So one more thing you can do with the blocks is bring them under the forearms as well. So I like to go the lowest height for this, but you can really find what works for you and find what makes the most sense for your body and gives you the most accessibility. And from here, you can even lift up the back. You curl those back toes under and lift up the back leg as well. So this is really a great posture for opening the hips, getting that really deep hip opening. A couple things to note is that when you're coming into lizard, you don't want to collapse on this front foot. So you really don't want it, the ankle kind of torquing here or coming to the side. Keep it in line with the rest of your leg. And then you want the back foot to stay in line with the leg as well. And to come out, just curl those back toes under, lift up the back knee, and heel toe this right foot back into center. So from this runner's lunge, one other modification you can do is if lizard is just too deep for you and you're like, no, thank you, not yet, you can lower the back knee here and just take a low lunge instead. It's a little bit more accessible. And it still gives you the same hip opening benefits. And another modification you can do, so I'm just going to bring my leg back, is use a blanket. So if you're starting from that low lunge, I'll just come to it on my other side to show you. So if you're starting from the low lunge, then keeping the blanket underneath your back knee to begin with, and then coming down and heel toeing that foot out to the side. So you can take an active variation where you are squeezing your inner thighs together, finding a little lift through the pelvic floor. Or you can find a more relaxing, more passive and restorative variation where you just kind of let go and breathe through the stretch. Great. So from here, I'm going to show you the downward facing dog way to enter, and then we'll wrap it up. So come to a downward facing dog by planting your palms shoulder width apart, curling those back toes under, and settling into your down dog. From downward facing dog, lift up through one leg. I'm lifting my right leg. And then exhale, shift forward, bring the knee into the chest, find some lift, and then flex through this foot, this front foot, step it right in between the hands. So I like to enter again through the high lunge way, where you're starting in high lunge and then you're heel toeing the foot out to the right side. But you can also enter by inhaling, lifting the right foot, and then exhaling, just bringing it straight to the outside. So you can see there's lots of ways to enter the posture, and you might see different ways throughout your classes, but all are correct really, as long as you're just being mindful of what works for you. And that's about it. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. I'll see you in the next one, and namaste.